Hi, this is 2.1 and we're ready to start our new chapter. And a couple of things I want to mention. First of all, anytime you see a review section on here, I would like for you on your own, whether it's as review or warm-up, it's pretty much a topic that we've covered already, something that I've taught you or introduced you to, you should know how to do. So go ahead and do those review problems as warm-ups, and then we'll revisit it and then go over it together. So rectangular coordinates and graphs of equations. So basically we're starting with our coordinate, which really represents a coordinate plane system that has an x and a y axis. And we'll get to that in a little bit. But right now, assuming that you already went over these warm-ups, if you pause the video and try them yourself, let's go ahead and answer these questions here. So these are our learning objectives, and if you just go ahead and read them, we're ready to work on a review problem. So determine, meaning yes or no, this is a yes or no question, determine whether x equals 1 is a solution to this equation. So since they're asking us yes or no, is this a solution to our equation, we have two ways to solve this. So our first way is we can actually plug in, or like we used to say, substitute in, correct vocabulary. If we substitute in 1 in place of x, everywhere where there is an x, we can go ahead and see if this is actually a true statement. So if we go ahead and try 3 minus 4 times the quantity 2 times, now we're going to substitute in 1, okay, 4x, and then minus 5 equals, does it equal? That's what we're asking. Does it equal negative 9? So remember, we're going to do order of operations first, which is if we do the innermost parentheses here, we're going to do 2 times 1, which is 2. Don't do any subtraction yet, because we're nowhere near that order of operation of subtraction. But we have to simplify 2 times 1 minus 5, which leaves us 2 minus 5, which is negative 3. And again, does that equal negative 9? We'll see in a minute. So again, order of operations tells us multiplication comes before any addition or subtraction. So do not do 3 minus 4. We want to do negative 4 times negative 3, which leaves us with 3 plus 12. And does that equal negative 9? Well, let's see. This is 15, and 15 does not equal negative 9. So this is a no. This is not a solution to the equation. So there's one way of solving it. The other way of solving it is simply by solving the given equation for x and see if it comes out what x is. So if we go ahead and write this equation again, and if we go ahead and actually solve for x, we're going to distribute. So we get negative 8x plus 20 equals negative 9. If we combine like terms, we get 23 minus 8x equals negative 9. If we subtract 23 from both sides, we're going to get negative 8x equals negative 32. And if we divide both sides by negative 8, we're going to get x equals 4. So according to this, they're telling us our solution for x is 4, and they're saying x equals 1. So 4 is the correct solution, 1 is not. So again, this is just confirming that it's 1 is not a solution. So there's your two ways. Now for part II, it says solve the equation for y, 2x minus 5y equals negative 10. And what we're trying to do here is not only do we want you to solve and isolate the variable y, but we want you to put it in a way that makes sense to everything that we're learning, because what we're trying to train you for is our writing equations of lines. And writing equations of lines, putting an equation in point or slope-intercept form is a good way to start you off. And slope-intercept form, if you recall, is y equals mx plus b. So we're going to try and solve this and put it in the proper format for you. So if we want to solve for y, we're going to get y all by itself. And remember, order of operations, PEMDAS, when solving is performed backwards. So anytime we're solving, we want to do any addition or subtraction first before any multiplication or division. So since the y's are attached to the -5 by multiplication, we want to get rid of the positive 2x by subtracting it from both sides. So I'm just going to put it over on the side here, indicating those are not like terms. Don't forget to bring down that -5. Oops, I don't kind of lost my line there. So we have -5y equals. Now the proper way to put this, you're used to not it mattering, but again, if we want to put it in slope-intercept form, the slope is the coefficient in front of the variable x. So that would be the -2x. So the proper way would to indicate by stating the -2x first and then -10. From this point on, you could divide both sides by -5, and we are going to make sure that you simplify all fractions as much as you possibly can, and you want to make sure you divide each and every term by -5. And we have to simplify any fractions where possible. So for example, a negative divided by negative is a positive, and here we get +2. Okay. And so there's that one. And I will be right back for the continuation of this video.